Hello, my name is Penny and this is Penny's Art Emporium, and thank you for joining me today. I've got quite a challenge today. I've been asked to do a painting with two lovely little dogs, and I've been busy trying to make up a kind of a composition of how they would be in the painting. So there's this lovely fluffy dog, and then there's this much smaller little dog, which is more smooth haired. And I had a few photographs to go by, and I was trying to find the cutest little faces and also trying to get them so that they would look right together in the painting. From the same kind of angle, which was quite difficult from different photos because they weren't all taken at the same angle of height and everything. So I've kind of pieced this together. So I've got some lovely colours ready. I've got some nice copper, some champagne gold, some 24 karat gold, titanium gold, all different golds, metallic. And then I've also got some more matte colours, this nice sienna colour and my favourite sand, which I always like. I thought for the background it was quite a difficult one because in the photographs it's all different kinds of backgrounds, and I don't want it to be so busy that it distracts from the lovely little dogs. So at the moment I'm thinking kind of greys for the background, maybe having it so that it's one grey at the bottom and then perhaps arched slightly, and then a different grey, maybe a slightly darker one for the top. That's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment, but that might change as I sort of get going. So I've picked out some different greys and a silver and the metallic white, which I always like to add because that will be really pretty. And I've got a tiny little bit of lustrous black which will be good for the noses and things like that. This cat was done with my fluid art technique that I also want to use for this because I love the way it makes all the fur. So it's going to be quite tricky. I have cut out a couple of stencils that you can see. This is a 30 centimetre square canvas, just so that I can get the proportions right. It is going to be tricky doing two. So we'll see how that goes, and I will get started on that. So here is this painting. It's had about an hour or so just to settle and dry, and I just came in and had a little look at it, and I decided to add a little bit of texture where this nice kind of cream colour wasn't quite dry yet. I decided to just dab it with my paintbrush, just because I want it to look like it's kind of fake sort of sheepskinish, like a little pet bed would be. And I did the same with the centre where I'd already put the cream colour and some white. I just really wanted it to look a little bit more textured. I thought it would make a nice contrast to the more smooth dark grey of the bed. And here are these lovely little doggies. Of course, I will need to tidy up the face, the little eyes. The nose actually isn't looking too bad, but I will need to straighten that out a little bit, and the mouth perhaps a little bit. And any little changes of colour I can do when it's dry. And then this little one isn't quite as fluffy in real life as the other one, so I didn't put too much texture into it. And you can see where that metallic is starting to dry, and he's looking really sweet actually already. And then this other one is really still quite wet, so you can't see the metallic too much. But I might need to change some of the colours a little bit when it is dry. And then we've got this grey background, just as a little bit of a contrast. So I'm going to leave that to dry now, and I'll have a look at it in a few days. So bye for now. So here is this little painting, and it's looking very sweet. I've just tidied up the eyes and the nose and the little face of these two lovely little doggies, and I just textured the fake sheepskin on the bed a little bit more, just to make it look really cosy and squishy, so that it looks like a nice cosy little bed for them. And I'll bring you in for a close-up. So I tried to make the eyes and the nose as realistic as possible in this little one, and added a few little whiskers actually as well towards the end. So he's looking very cute with all his lovely fluffy fur, and I did want the face really to be the most prominent part. And then this little one, I've done a similar thing. I've tried to tidy up the eyes and the nose so that they look more realistic, and added a few little whiskers. And he's got a very cute little expression and a nice little pose really for both of them. This is the picture that I made up for the composition. And then here's another picture here which shows them in a different position with their colouring a little bit, just to give me another idea. And here they are. And I'm going to turn this around because once again this is in the natural light, and I always like to do it so that in a different light it just looks really pretty, just catches the light nicely and just gives a kind of a 3D effect to them. And because the little one is smoother, I obviously haven't done that quite as fluffy as the bigger one. So there they are. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.